Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all good. Well, that's going to be very close, but I just needed to get a little parcel that arrived this week. Yeah, hope you guys are all good. Welcome back to another eventing vlog, and one that I feel much more up for. Oh my goodness. I actually this morning have been editing Dauntsy, and I can't believe how much I just don't feel like I was fully there, fully up for it. I felt like I probably, and actually, oh my goodness, I've got so many things I want to say out loud. Basically, I had a call yesterday with Nicky, who helps me with my mindset and has done for several years now, way before I even had Addie. And oh my goodness, yesterday was very much needed and quite funny, because Nicky said, oh, do you want to have one before Buckskin? And I said, yeah, probably would be worthwhile. I feel like I'm okay in my mindset at the moment, but I'm sure that we'll get onto things that I don't even know that are sort of affecting me. But obviously then Dauntsy happened, and we didn't have the best of runs. We didn't have a very good day, and that is perfectly okay. We're allowed to not have good days, but then it just made the call even more worthwhile yesterday. I have got an awful lot going on at the moment outside of horses, and I think my brain was just split far too many different ways, and thoughts and feelings and emotions and things like that. And we all know how good it is to talk, and it's not even just talking with Nicky, it's actually dealing and processing. You have that thought, let's talk about that, let's think why, what can we do to make that easier or go away, or actually no, it's never to make any feelings go away, because feelings are all perfectly okay, but it's just sort of processing them, talking them through and understanding, and if there's anything that can make those feelings perhaps less intense and easier to deal with. And I cannot believe how much clearer and lighter I feel now that we've had that call yesterday. I've had another good night's sleep last night, and I feel, like I say, I just feel so much lighter. It is absolutely crazy, but I am very, very grateful and thankful to Nicky for her time and the call yesterday. So yeah, thought we'd just start there. We have got Dauntsy back behind us now. Not worried about that, and we are full steam ahead and up for Buckskin tomorrow. Now, it is a regional final. I can't gloss over that, it is, but we are keeping, it's just another event. It's a B100, and we're just going to go up there and give it our best shot. Like I say, it is a regional final, but perhaps in past years, qualifying for badminton was my ultimate dream, and I really, really wanted to get back there, especially with Addie. And now that we've been there this year, I don't feel quite as much pressure and but it's not everything, if that makes sense. That's going to make me sound really bad, but I'm not meaning it like that. I haven't got as much pressure on me that I'm desperate to get back to badminton like I perhaps have been previous years. So I want to go up, and I want to be doing 105s, novices now. We're going to go, because I got it from Launceston, like I've only just had this regional final ticket like 6 weeks ago. So it's at Buckskin, so we're going to go and we're going to give it our best shot. And yeah, if it goes well, fantastic. But it's not my be and end all, if that makes sense. I just want to go up there and put Dauntsy well and truly behind us and have a really good ride in all three phases. Yeah, like I say, my brain just wasn't, my body was there, but my brain wasn't. And yeah, that is going to be completely different this time around. Anyways, wow, this is a very long intro, but I felt like I needed to get that off my chest. I also will put down in the description below is Nicky's Supercharge Your Riding Confidence Masterclass, which is an online course broken down into, I believe, 12 modules that you can do as fast or as slow as you like, in bite-sized chunks. You can revisit it. You'll have access to it for, I believe, 12 months. So if you're a bit like me and you feel that your mindset is perhaps holding you back a little bit in your riding, then that masterclass is for you. Just going to quickly interrupt this vlog because I am super excited to be partnering up again with the fabulous team at Reolink, who are very kindly sponsoring this video. Now, I have loved Reolink cameras for quite some time now, so I am sure that you have heard them mentioned on my Instagram and of course here on YouTube as well. Now, they have been helping fuel my addiction of stalking on my ponies. Primarily, it started with winter and overnight, but now we have expanded our range of cameras. I've actually got 3 types of cameras from them, but 4 cameras overall. So, starting with the front, we have got the Go PT. So this is a fixed camera and is, I find, really mobile. It can move around. So it has been in various different places when we've gone and stayed overnight somewhere, like at Meg's. I could take it, set it up. But at the minute it is overlooking the front field. So when the ponies are out in that field, I can see them whenever I like. That was really handy when I was at badminton, or recently Sprite was alone here whilst Addie was at Alex's, so I was always able to keep an eye on Sprite, make sure that she was all okay. Now, in the horses stables, we have got the Go PT Ultras. So that has got the 355-degree pan and tilt, and that makes it perfect for in the stables. You can move it around and see the horses as you need to. And then up at the top, watching everybody coming in and out, capturing me and Addie going out riding, me and Sprite going out walking. The dogs, anybody coming in the cars, it alerts myself and my dad, and that is the track mix. Again, has got full rotation, and actually I quite often use that camera when the horses are up in the big 10-acre field. I can pan around and see them. It did capture the other day Addie having a little bit of a, I don't know, funny 5 minutes, tail up in the air, prancing, showing off that gorgeous trot, and some snorts as well. So it captures everything. It's also got dual lens, so you have, whenever it picks up any motion, it zooms in on that as well and follows it and tracks it. So it's really, really handy. The best thing about all of those cameras is that they don't require any electricity and they don't require any Wi-Fi. So they have all got a SIM card in them, and they have got a solar panel, which is what keeps them charged up. So it is really, really handy, especially in these more remote areas. We haven't got Wi-Fi out here from the house, so I'm always able to connect to them thanks to those SIM cards. So if you guys are looking for a camera to stalk on your ponies, build into your security at home, then they have got a wide variety of different cameras available online. Do be sure to check it out. Of course, the link will be down below in the description box, and you can use my code EMD5 for 5% off your purchase. Now, I believe, I don't want to completely 100% confirm this, but I do believe that there is actually a sale on the Go at the minute for the Go PT Ultras. So you can actually use my discount code on top of that as well. But I just very quickly, one of my favorite features that I've only started using recently is setting up a time lapse on them, and I just thought I would very quickly say about that. So it's quite simple. You connect to the camera, you go into the settings, and there is like an option for time lapse. You can set your interval time, 10, 20, 30 seconds, how often it is going to capture sort of an image. I always go for 10 seconds, and I set it for the whole time that the horses are in for, so that could be anywhere between like 5, 6, 7 hours, something like that. And I have captured Addie lying down every single time, and like multiple times. And it's just really interesting to see what they get up to during the day. You can also then just check in when even that time lapse is set up. You can still check in on the camera, make sure they've got enough hay, water, that they're not stressed or anything like that as well. And I just love watching it every day. So yeah, I set that up when they come in during the day and see what they get up to. So huge thank you to Reolink for sponsoring this video. And of course, as I say, do check out their website and their full range of cameras available. But for now, let's head back to the vlog. So yeah, we have had a really good week of training. We've had a lesson with Alex, we've gone cross-country schooling, and very thankful to Lizzie, perfect timing being up there, Lizzie Luxton, and she came out and around, we went with her, she was schooling as well, and she gave me some really good pointers and good confidence over those solid fences, and Addie was very good. And then we've had a couple of sessions just home here. I went up and jumped, show jumps at school yesterday, more for me than it was for Addie, but I just felt like we kept it nice and small, and that was something that Alex said to me on Tuesday, was like, you need to be always setting yourself up, like, to give her confidence and you confidence, like that we get to the other side and it's like, oh, good job, and it will just get easier and easier. So I just wanted to go up there and just keep it nice and small, and yeah, just keep it simple, but we'd get it. And then today we've been up into my grass arena, gone through the test. It's so handy having my 20 by 60 up there on grass. So we've gone through that, know the test, know where we're trotting, where we're walking, lengthening we've got in our test this time. So we've got all of that, and then I did actually just jump on grass because I thought, let's just have another pop over some show jumps, again keeping it nice and small, just so that she's used to jumping on grass again so close. Admittedly, our show jumping tomorrow is on a surface, which is why I went to the school yesterday. Yeah, I feel like I've just talked 100 miles an hour, but the car is down and things are starting to get loaded up. So I'm gonna crack on, get the rest of this in here. I went obviously eventing last weekend, and now we're going again this weekend, but I need to, next weekend I am going to spend a bit of time, like, it's not horrendous, and a lot of this is all to be sort of packed away, but it's all just it's all a bit of a mess. Everything's kind of being pulled out of its places of where it needs to be. But the thing that I was getting is, I was conscious of studs last week. I actually think I may have put in 2 bigger studs in the back for the ground, and it was because I just didn't have very many in my stud box. So I ordered these on Monday, probably around lunchtime, and they arrived by Tuesday. Very, very good. I didn't even go for next day, I just went for standard delivery, and they arrived super duper quickly. So huge thank you to Red Post. It's not an ad, but I just am very, very impressed with their delivery. And what we went for is a whole array of studs. So these are medium dressage. I'm not going to lie, it's only because I've read it on there. I thought they would have been small dressage, but they're good for in the front, I find. So that's those ones. Then we've got small conical. I feel these are like the most all-rounder kind of studs, and you can get these in small, medium and large. So they're the small ones. I often wear them in the back of the back feet, back hooves. And then we have got the sharp. So obviously we're having quite hard ground at the minute, so having sharp studs. And again, I quite often would wear these. No, probably all round, to be fair, I could. So I've got 4 of each of those. So that is my stud kit stocked up. Probably should have ordered a new one of that, because that's, I mean, it's still usable, but it's definitely seen better days. Anyways, that can now go straight in to the car. Go in there, along with my stirrups. Boom. I just meant to start to say we're plaiting done, but she's obviously flicked her tail. But yeah, we're all done, aren't we? Plaits are looking good, aren't they, Ads? It's nice having a clean mane. Oh, camera focus. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, very nice. Her black looks really like clean and gleaming. So I'm going to pop you back away. I'm going to put your hood on first. And then I'm very much hoping that my mum and dad will be able to pop them out for me in the front field. And that is me basically done here. I've had a programme on whilst I was plaiting, and she's been in looking at my phone in there at the screen and been like fixated on it. It's been really, really cute. But I have just thought that it's actually going to be quite an early start. So my dressage is at 10:42, and I just had a quick look at, so I keep a notes in my phone and then work my way backwards. So put in when the dressage is and then work the allocated time back. But 10:42, I've only got as far as sort of getting on and getting tacked up, which is going to be like 10:15, but I reckon it's going to be maybe like a 5:15 leave. We're out for food with friends tonight. Haven't actually booked anywhere to go yet, but I think I might be saying, can we go sooner rather than later? because I don't fancy being out too late. Like I said, I've started today nice and clear after a good night's sleep and don't want to then go tomorrow. Although I am all done by 12 o'clock, so we will be home very good time. But yeah, just need to, I've got bits at home that have been washed, like cross-country boots after wearing them on Wednesday. So that just needs to go in the car when I get back. So I'll do that straight away. And my clothes, don't forget my cross-country top this time. But yeah, I think actually you would much prefer just to go in. I was thinking, do I put them out? But it's still relatively early and Addie loves her stable time for a well and true nice snooze. Hello, Nala. You've been very patient, haven't you? You have, yes. Well, pop your hood on, then you can go in and have a little sleep. So that's what you're wanting to do, and she hasn't had her time to do that yet because I've given her food and then pulled her out again. So yeah, we'll get on, do that. But I will see you guys tomorrow because I'll be honest, I don't know whether I'm going to have time to pick up the camera or not tomorrow. I might do, but otherwise, yeah, we'll either see you here or next stop will be, next scene will be at Picton. The wolf bucket. Better late than never. Trailer hitched up, all ready to go. Just filled up the hay net as well. Put in another bale just in case she's a guzzle guts again and eats lots. But obviously we got half the journey time that we had last week, which is good. Bridie's finished her breakfast, so I would have thought that means that Addie has also finished hers. Finished yours? Your hood's off, isn't it? Plaits all still intact. Yeah, they're looking good. You good girl, you're feeling lovely and soft, and also have popped her dry rug on because it is a little bit drizzly out there. Oh, is that nice? Isn't that nice? Good girl. And I have left Chris at home in bed and set multiple alarms for him and said that I would give him a call, and probably I'm going to give him a call about now. But yeah, I think actually I'm just going to get loaded up and get on the road. It's crazy because we left at 6 last time, but my dressage was at like 1:30, and I know that we've got less driving time and also we got up there super early, but I am just really worried. I'm like, let's not be late. I really don't want to be late, and it is all going to be a bit go once we get up there. So yeah, I think any minutes that I am a little bit ahead of schedule is going to do good. So let's get your head collar on and walk you up. Need to grab, purposely left them out, so we'll grab them from the garage. On the way through is my ice vibes. I've got the cooler in the car, grab the keys for the garage. So yeah, grab that. And yeah, good to go. You got a day down here at the farm, haven't you? With all the apples that you possibly could want. And you will be going out shortly, all right? Just let us get on the road and then Mum's going to come down and let you out. All right, so yeah, let's go pick up Christopher and get on the road up to Picton. So see you there. And we have arrived at Picton. It's lovely and sunny. We've literally driven through so many different kinds of weather. Proper mist, drizzle. And then we've got up here and it is beautiful. So we have not got loads of time, so it is just crack on. So straight out and walk the cross country, come back, walk show jumping, and then get Addie ready. So I have downloaded the course. I did that whilst I was waiting to pick Chris up. Had a little scoot through. It's all looking really good. So yeah, we'll go out and see it in the flesh now. And we're down at the start box. Now I am just going to have a look. There's a lot of different colours that are out there today. And I did think from looking on the cross country app that our track is blue today. I don't know if I've ever followed blue, but that is what we're on today. So start box, got quite a nice, I thought it didn't look like you had very, like it was quite short to the first fence, but it's not. Got plenty of room, nice like in between trees. And on we go, we're jumping the left one. nice inviting, and again nice spread, sort of opens you up and gets you going so you can sort of really come out and attack this first fence. I'm aiming for the middle, keeping it nice and straight, and then up and over that. Number 2 is another nice inviting roll top. Let's make sure we stay nice and straight. It's a little bit on the skinny side, but still fairly wide, but we love a nice roll top. So again, like number 1, sort of a bit wider, just makes you get into that cross-country canter and forward, and that's what today is going to be. We are going to be positive, and we are going to be attacking every fence and attacking this course. You can definitely tell that they have been watering here, can't you, under feet. Ground is feeling really good, because even though we've had like the drizzle coming up, you can definitely tell that they haven't had it, but they've done a fantastic job on watering the ground. And that was one thing that I knew I could rely on at Bicton, is that they do put 110% effort into their ground. Look, it's like muddy. Nice. So we've had nice straight out of the wooded area and presented up a little mound. Bum bum bum. Keep all the power engagement and then pop over the log. Yes, a little bit of a question, as you said, but again, attacking that coming up. I feel like Vocal Emily might be coming out today. I don't know whether that's for Addie or for me, but yeah, there might be a little bit of vocalness from me. For A to B, you've got like a little mound there, so that kind of stops you from taking this on too much of an angle. I think we'll go like that, and then there's our line. I'm just a bit conscious that if I jump this straight, she's going to think that we're heading to that fence.
We'll sort of cheat a bit with the angle to then...
Exactly, only ever so slightly, but just so that it's a clear line.
That's why the mound's there, isn't it? To stop you from...
Completely slicing it, yeah. Let's see, because if it works perfectly striding, that means that the course builder has designed it for you to go straight. Ever so slightly off.
It's not designed to be straight.
No, we'll do a nice curving line. Close the door, open the gate, and that B element's quite small, so yeah.
The wider you take that,
the more time, yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice curve line. Boom. There's enough room in between it as well, isn't there? And I've also just had a prep talk that I'm getting too hyped up now. Too early, building up my adrenaline.
He's riding the horse already.
And I won't have the stamina to be like that all day.
You need to be relaxed, peak, find the apex, then come back down.
Fence 5, nice roll top on a bit of a downhill. You should just take that nice and casually in their stride. Hop over that. And still heading downhill. Okay, so we have now got 6A and B, so picnic bench. And I actually think that you want to jump that perhaps left to centre, just so that then it gives you a little bit more room, because we have got a B element coming up. You should have got a good idea of how she was turning on the right at the last combination. But then 1, 2, and like that. Yeah, that is my plan. Now we're heading down, and I believe we got a tractor for fence 7. We also have minute 2 going off in between these two fences, so just be aware of that as well. And that is something at Bicton, we were just talking about it, is that you've got to be so aware of the ups and downs and the hills, and playing that. Obviously last weekend was quite a flat course. Launceston is a flat course, whereas Bicton is far from that. Z tractor at fence 7. Up and over that one. So we have now got 8 A and B. In the normal 100 you've got it as 8 and 9, so you could do a circle, whereas because of the championship course or regional final course, they have done it as an A and B. So I think it is again jumping left of centre, sort of coming down, really aching up the brakes and being like, no, come back to me, because B element is going to be on you a lot quicker than you think. And also you are downhill, so You've just got to be watching that left-hand turn. If I do remember, it's to put my whip into my left hand, but Emily's not always great at doing that. And then I know that we have jumped a couple shoulder brushes recently, and she's jumped them well, so hopefully then come up and get a nice line over this one. Yeah, nice little question. But again, it's right hand turn, so you should get the idea after the last couple of combinations, they're sort of how they're turning to the right. So fingers crossed. Addie isn't supple to the left, so I'm gonna go if that's a good thing that it's all to the right. Now we've got an A, B, C. So first part, hop over that one. Then we've got 4 strides till we get to the ditch, and then we are on again. I was going to say, can I jump that? What? Yes, I can do it, Addie can do it. And then we've got the C element. So as soon as you have got on your line for A, it is going to be all eyes and focus on this one. Keep her nice and straight all the way through. Sometimes she can jump the ditch a little bit squiffity, but as long as I stay straight and she's got that in her eyesight, she'll know that this is the next fence that we need to jump. And then we are heading up a rather steep hill. All right? Tired. And then we're heading up quite a steep hill, so this will be a bit of a slower minute. Let's have a little check on the app of where we are time. Oh, so 9 ABC, yeah, so coming up this hill, don't know if that's focusing or not, I don't think it is. Coming up that hill, we can see there is minute 3, so not till we get to the top, but if we can be a little bit of ahead, that would be ideal. But this will be a slower bit of time, so just need to factor that in. So we've now reached the top of the hill and it's gone flat, so this is the time that you want to allow, just take your legs off of the horse for a minute, probably a little bit more back there by maybe that tree, and just allow them to get that real big deep breath, so that then they can refill their lungs into their muscles. And then, as I say, it's gone flat and we have got a skinny house. So low, wide hands, nice, positive riding. We've got a nice little tree there. So it would be almost to guard the right a little bit more than it would be the left. But yeah, pop up and over that. It's not big, but it is proper skinny. We jumped skinnies up in the field yesterday, actually. I put one up and I did it on like a angled triple and she flew through it. So yeah, and then we're landing after that, and I've just looked down to the right and we've actually got 11A down there. So not going to be worried about the turn because I have got room. But you land after that one, and then we have got, and I've got lovely video of Addie coming down this a couple of years ago, when we did the 3-day, and oh my goodness, the ground was slightly different then. I mean, it's feeling fab, but it was proper muddy then. But we are coming off of this little step and then working our way down to B. So come off that step, you've got quite a lot of time, but again, this is downhill, so it'll go relatively quickly. But I think stay on your straight line until your line turns there, and then pop up and over the B element. This one will jump lovely with the brush. Remember jumping one like that at Morton, and she absolutely flew it. So yep, 11A, B, nice. And then we're going back down the hill, so this one will be a little bit quicker in the minute markers. It's all that you've got to take into consideration. And I think we'll be coming down to the water. So yeah, loving the course so far. I feel like it's built you up nicely. There is a couple of technical questions, but you wouldn't expect not to be. But excited, it's nice, challenging. Stuff that you can really like get your teeth sunk into. 12A, pop over that one, and then down through the water and out over C. So focus on this one, but then keep your eyes up, shoulders back. Because of what's on landing, they might just add a little stride before that one, but just make sure that they are back on their hooks after coming down the hill, through the water and out over C. As you can probably tell from my breathing, we would have come up yet another hill. So coming up and around behind us. And then for a hay cart. Love a good hay cart. And looking at the arrows, we're actually cutting up across this hill. Come through the gap to a picnic table. Nice knife and fork, I like that. It's very clever. Up and over that, and then we're making a left-hand turn for that log in the distance for going through the new water. So this hasn't been here, I think maybe only for one event. They're international a month or so ago. And then we got the elephant on the way out. So nice log to begin with. I always like it as well when you've got the gap underneath, because I feel like they can see through that too. But all the way around here they're going to know that there's water to the left of them. We're probably going to be a little bit further out actually. If we look back at where we would have jumped that, so we would have actually been more down here, perhaps around that white post. Give yourself a nice long run up, because there is a lot going on around here. Make sure that she is listening and concentrating on me. And then, yeah, strong leg to hand. That was something that I definitely felt I was doing last week, or perhaps I didn't realise at the time, but I've thought about it more, is that I was just not putting my leg on, and she's like, well, if you're not with me, Mum, I'm not going. Whereas actually she thrives off the confidence for me. So yeah, pop over that one, and then making a left-hand turn. I'll go and have a little look at that. Haven't got so much time as you come out of this water as you did down at the bottom, but hopefully they've got their feet wet already, like they've seen water, so but it's a lot more gradual out of this one than down there. It was quite a lip up. So yeah, nice left-hand turn, only turning in the water when you've got your clean line here, and then pop up and over Mr. Elephant. So we would have just had a minute 5 go off on our watch as we're coming through that wooded bit, and then we're coming down for another ABC and another water. So we're on 16A, B and C. This is actually the penultimate fence, and even though it is the penultimate fence and you're almost home, you still got to ride every single stride. Emily, more telling myself that. So up and over 16A. Again, you got a little bit longer because it's a bit more of a steep downhill. We've done plenty of wishing wells. We'll be coming out, and to be honest, as long as you come out here nice and straight, this is quite an obvious way to come out, and just have that again in your eyesight, and pop up and over that one, and then kick on to the final fence. And this is our final fence, number 17. And then you land after this one, kick on for the finish, or maybe try and do the slowest canter possible, but with lots of fats and good girls, and yeah, and big happy smiley faces. Overall, I'm really liking the look of that course. It seems really zoomed in. I'm really liking the look of the course. I think it builds you up nicely into it. It's got some good questions, and then like the fences in between is almost like allows you to have a bit of a breather, regather stuff if you need to have that bit of a confidence jump, if you've perhaps had a little bit of an awkward one over the combination or something like that. I think it's been really designed very well. The ground is feeling fabulous, and can't wait to get out there. Not until 12 o'clock. It's currently 8:30, but I need to go and walk the show jumping now. That is already set up for the 100, so I can go and walk that. And it's just a case of getting Miss Addie ready. I'm also going to have a read through of my test, and I'm going to visualise my test on things that I watched back on going through it up in the field yesterday, and just know where I need to push, balance and all of that. Open my inside rein. I've got this horrible habit at the minute, when I wanted to bend I'm like bringing it across me. I need to remember to bring it out. So all of those sort of things, just going to sit down, chill and visualise it, and make sure that I'm doing the movements in the right places. are doing well. Studs in, toes painted, tail plait in. Gonna be honest, probably not as good as last weekend, but it's still not bad. Quarter markers, I would say, are better than last weekend, so happy with that. She is nice and clean after her bath. I think it is actually her second bath of the year, possibly 3. But yeah, she hasn't had many baths, so yeah, she is feeling lovely and clean. There is annoying flies around, so I've dosed her up on fly spray. We'll give her another squirt before we go. But she's happy tucking into her Molly Chaff Daily Fibre, just so that she has got that in. She's had a massage pad on and just kind of taking it all nice and slowly. Things I want to be on in about 20 minutes. So I just need to get myself changed, tack her up, and then I'm just going to have a little sit down, quiet to myself. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to look on my phone, read through the test properly, and just visualise it going through the course, or through the test, not the course, the test at the moment. Yeah, do my stretching and then get on. And we'll be bang on, perfect timing. It's a little bit of a walk down there, so that would be nice. I always like it when you've got a bit of a walk to dressage because it just sort of opens them up, gets them going. And then we are warming up in the arena, and then dressage is up in like what they call the Newbury arena, which is a little bit different. It is usually going on down behind us, but because they've been watering it already for jumping quite a lot and the warm up for the main arena, it is the better ground up there, so that's why they've decided to hold it there. But it is looking very nice. It was just behind the show jumping, so I had a little quick look at it. But yeah, system's all good and all relaxed at the minute. That's what we want when we go into dressage. Today's dressage aim is I just want to ride an accurate test, so hence the reason I'm about to visualize it. So we are riding the 100 championship test, which is the B109, and we've got 2 judges, so I'm going to try and keep up with the 2 score sheets. So turning down onto that long centre line, I was actually really pleased with how she entered. She felt nice, forward, and I'd say actually fairly straight. So from the judge at C, we got a 7.5. From the other judge, we got a 7 saying positive entry. And it's nice because that's where I would definitely agree. Then felt like I balanced her nicely around that corner. And then on to S, where we do a 15-metre circle. We scored 2 7s from both of them. The judge at C just saying we lost the shoulder slightly in the second half. And I'll be honest, at the time I was like, oh, is that a bit too big? But it doesn't actually look too bad. Then coming across, doing the 4 to 5 walk steps. Took us a little bit longer to get into the walk than I would like. We scored a 6.5 and then a 7 clear steps shown. So yeah, it might have taken us a little while, but she did show those steps nicely. Then trotting around the arena, we scored 7s across the board. Then onto a right 15-metre circle, we scored a 7 from the judge at H saying fluent, and the other judge gave us a 7 again, just saying about losing that shoulder. And then here we have to show some lengthened strides. And we scored a 6 from both of them. One said running, the other one said needs more push from behind and more ground cover. I was really pleased with her transition to medium walk there. We scored a 7 and a 7.5 with fluent trans. And then our medium walk, we scored a 6.5 and a 7. 6.5 said could have more purpose. That's where I'm just a little bit scared of pushing her too much out of that sort of balance, and then she wants to jog. Then onto our free walk on a long rein, we scored a 7 and a 7. Just had the comment of saying more stretch. And then picking her back up again, hoping that she's not going to jog. And then we do a transition to trot in the first corner and transition to canter in the second. We scored a 7 and 7, saying obedient. So yeah, I was pleased with those. And she cantered down along there nicely. Then onto a 20-metre circle where we've got to give and retake the reins for at least 3 strides. And we had a 6.5, a little hollow on the give and retake. And the other judge said we again scored a 7 and said clear give and retake, slight loss of frame. And then cantering here across this diagonal. And I was pleased. This used to be our nemesis, that she wanted to break too early, but we did it. She did it where I wanted to, but we did have loss of balance into trot, a 6 and a 6.5 tight steps. Then into our canter, again just improving our mark there and got a 7 from both of them and no comments, and just repeating what we did on the other rein. So a 20-metre circle, and I actually think our give and retake this way was worse than the other rein, if I'm honest. Went proper pokey nose. So we got a 6.5 and a 6. Needs to maintain the balance and hollowing and getting a little more onward bound. And then across here we scored a 7 and a 6.5. So the judge at H could see that our quarters were in right slightly. So just losing us that half a mark. Then all this part of the end of the test is all 1 mark. So trotting around the arena, half 10-metre circle, and our halt is all included. And we scored a 6.5 against hand to halt from the judge at C, and 6.5 losing momentum on centre line. Yeah, she was anticipating that halt, and I was working really hard to not let her quarter swing, but she halted and stayed still and didn't swing out like she can do. So overall, really, really pleased for a score of 32.1. Some really lovely feedback from the judges as well. Attractive horse with pleasing paces, correct paces, and I never say this word right, harmonial partnership. Both of them just commenting on her suppleness, which is what we often get and we are working very hard on.
Alright.
Yeah, I feel like my 15-metre circles are still too big.
Could be worse. At least didn't go wrong this time.
No, that's true.
That was a lovely test, well done.
Oh, thank you. Times were tight between all of the phases on this day, so there was no vlogging that I did in between dressage and show jumping, so we are straight into our show jumping round. Now before the bell went, I took her straight over to that long side because she can often find that spooky, and I didn't want that to be an excuse at fence 1. Thankfully it did the trick and she came in nice and confident. Now our rhythm is quite forward, and to be honest I feel like it gets more forward as we go, but she just felt a little bit backy-offy. I like that double a little bit. We were a little bit off, but also her just questioning it a bit, and that did unfortunately come down. She was a bit backy off of that top spec one as well, like the filler, but jumped lovely and got the distance in between 5 and 6. Then here you can see there I absolutely fire her, and I shouldn't have, and dear of her, she's like, oh, I need to add another one, mum. So yeah, put my hands up there, sorry Addie, I completely pushed you off of your stride. I should have sat and waited for 1 extra, but she did come back really nicely for that double, jump through that lovely. And then here I felt like I really sat up round the corner, didn't fire her at fence 9, and she jumped it again beautifully. Then turning here for the final fence, we did get a bit close, but because we were engaged and balanced, she popped over it and kept it up. So yeah, sorry Addie, I did let you down. Yeah, no, I don't have very long. I've got 40 minutes until cross country, but I'm annoyed at myself. Yes, I didn't ride 100%, but I needed to have that positive forward rhythm. She just felt a little bit like almost tight over the spreads in the warm-up, so just got her going forward. And just needed to be, I don't know, that number 7 I am annoyed at. Oh yeah, number 7. I knew we were off, but I thought, oh, it's all right, she'll take a fly. And then she went, no, Mum, I can't. And the first double was just, I didn't quite press as much as I should have when we landed. Almost a little bit like she didn't react off of my leg. And she was a little bit glary and backy offy. I was so worried about number 1 as well, that she was going to be backed off that. So I went straight over there to show you it, but it worked. And she went over that nicely. Yeah, some really good positive things from that round, but just not quite obviously what we would have wanted for today. It would have been nice to get just at least one more up. But we got cross country now, and we're going to take that positivity into the cross country. So quick change around with boots and a tyre, and we'll get out on the cross country. So we get you a drink. Yeah.
Chased it a bit too much.
I know.
Unlucky.
I know. I am annoyed. I am annoyed. I can't lie.
You might.
It's quite a challenging track, to be fair.
Tractor at 7 onto the Empire combination. Lucy Council home 5 minutes 40. Spot on the optimum time.
Next go down be 516, 475, 477.
Catherine Virgie next away. 474 on Browns.
You okay,
Time Sea Watch 33.8.
Race is yours.
Okay, thank you.
5th in section K. And Alistair Roberts and Professor Sprite on the way.
Professor's Day,
Here
win
she
that
comes, here she
again.
comes. She was peed off, the Jenny beat her
Bobby
last one.
Burner, Uncle
Clearly
Desmond.
peed off.
Clear through the first of the 3 waters that protects in pencils. Jane Rogers, Corridor Valley,
horse could
Magic
probably
back
go
in
around with
view
a
and
bike.
final fence to go. Bobby Burner and Uncle Desmond clear of the Haycock 13. A stop at 7, the tractor for Alistair Roberts and Professor Sprite. Picnic table, Kerr's Corner.
Dawn.
Brother Robinson just held on course just for 1 minute 38. Now the best jump of the day we hear from our fence judge at 1. It's Emily Dobson and Silver Linings and Aphrodite. Riddle and Ricochet 6. Jump the cabin at 5th. Jocelyn Miller table at 40. Nicola Borsley Gubbins is away and out of the start box. Emily Dobson, Silver Linings Aphrodite on the Ultra. I believe she got to lead those 5 minutes 30. Great text. Got the combination at 8. So Nicola, currently at fence 8, will be the last.
So thanks to some very kind followers sending through some snippets and Chris running out on course. You have seen some of the fences, but now thanks again to the fabulous team at Enquiries, it is time to see every single fence. And I'll be honest, I couldn't wait until this arrived in my inbox, and it most certainly didn't disappoint. So we went over nice and boldly over fence 1. She was even keen in the warm up, like she was jog trotting around and like, I know what's coming, like her adrenaline was up and so was mine, and she really sort of picked up with me. So we had nice confident jumps over fence 1 and 2, then coming here, so we were up that little mound to this log, jumped that one really, really nicely, and then we're coming into the double of houses. Then we did get a little bit close on the first one, but actually that massively helped me for my turn, the one where I was like, do we turn or go straight? But the turn worked really well, and actually having that bit of a shorter stride, close one, actually helped me out massively. Then we're on the downhill. As I said, just take that one nicely in your stride. And then we've got, I'd say probably the first proper question on course. So this is 6A and B. We got a lovely stride over that. And then it's the right hand turn. So we get it from 2 angles. So you'll see us come over that picnic bench again, so jumped that one nice, left hand turn, and jumped over that one really nicely. She was listening, but then here she was quite strong the whole way, and just before this fence I was like, Addie, you're far too strong, and I just couldn't quite get her back to me enough, so that wasn't the best of our jumps. And then here I really was making sure that it was leg to hand, because I needed her to sort of almost come to a standstill after this to be able to make that turn. And as you'll see, so we jump that one, I stay out wide. She fights me a little bit because she's like, what do you mean we've got to slow down? But it worked well because we were able to make like a bit of a right hand turn really and get up nicely over that brush. So she did come back and listen. I think we all just went a little bit too much onto our forehand, a bit gun-ho down the hill to be honest. But she jumps this one beautifully. She comes over that, pops, gets the 4 stride, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and over that, really straight over the ditch. Sometimes she can go a little bit squiffity, but it was nice because I knew that she was then like on point and staying straight, so coming up to that house, and she jumped that really nicely. Then came down this hill. We were a little bit far off on that one. Oh, it doesn't look too bad from that angle. It felt like we were quite far off. I think maybe because of the fence being wide, but actually there was no question. It was absolutely fine. We had gathered back, I suppose, on the downhill. And then she popped over that one into the water nice and confidently. And then pops the sea element on the way out as well. And then we are making our way back up the hill that she absolutely flew. Pops over this hay cart, no trouble. Then we've gone down and up again on the hills, and I'll be honest, there was no time that I looked at my watch and was like, oh, we need to push on or we need to massively slow down. We were bang on actually. And this one, she jumped nicely. I just needed to keep my shoulders back a little bit because she just wanted to have a little look on that sort of takeoff and landing. You see her head goes down quite low just to sort of see where her feet are going. But again, she comes out of this really nice and straight. Really putting those issues. If you watch the vlog when we did an arena eventing practice with Cameron here, we had a little problem with those elephants, but she has jumped them absolutely fine ever since. And then we've got the penultimate fence, which was water. And to be honest, I hit this water, I think in the first clip that you saw that Chris got of me, a little bit too quick. We wouldn't want to be any faster, that's for sure, going into water. But it was all okay. Came out over the wishing well nicely and then popped over the final fence for a clear round, which, yeah, absolutely buzzing. And as always, huge thank you to Enquiries. This will be one that I'll watch back for that confidence boost when I need it.
So clear through all elements at 15 then goes Nicola on her own 13-year-old.
Do that.
2 fences to
My
go.
cross-country pony's back.
Corner off the
Smashed
start
it.
finish
She
field.
was
Ray coming
mega.
down through the trees.
Absolutely mega. Nothing a problem, the only thing was probably a lack of brakes, but other than that, I
A
was
element
not
at 16.
Hello,
The best husband. The speed in that she is eating this, I won't get any of it on camera, but nice sloppy recovery mash for Addie. Just packing everything away. We concentrated on her, walked her off, just because she was still a little bit puffy actually, and thinking about it, it is the hills. I said like Victon, people underestimate the hills, and most definitely. And actually, as much as she is fit, she probably isn't hill fitness or galloping fitness. She hasn't done that many cross countries recently. So actually, no, it was good. She was absolutely mega. We only had one that was a very dodgy stride. You would have obviously seen the Enquiries by now, and I am very excited to see that one. I wasn't excited to see the one from last weekend, but I am excited to see today's because all the combinations she just absolutely took on really boldly. I just said to Chris, it really highlights if I am not up for it, Addie is not either. So we are a proper partnership, and we've got to both be head in the game and keen for it and up for it. And today just really highlighted that for me. I mean, I know that we're a team anyway, but really highlighted that she does get an awful lot of her confidence from me. And she was just awesome. Like I say, we just had the tractor that it was, I said literally 2 strides out, I was like, Addie, you are strong. She was so strong and so like, that's the fence, mum, let's go. And I knew that it wasn't feeling quite right, and yeah, she came in, she wanted to chip, and then she lifted her legs up. I think every leg probably hit the top of that fence, but it was all fine. Cross country, you get no points for style, we got over it. And then I did have to give her a couple of like hard pulls of like, the next one we've got to basically stop after the fence to make a right hand turn for this brush, and by preparing her a little bit better, she was much better on that turn, and we made the turn actually quite nicely, so that was good. She jumped lovely over the ditch. She didn't go, I don't believe she went swifty, she stayed nice and straight, and then got the 2 strides to the skinny. Then she was like, bossed it up the hill. I was like, okay, woo. The skinny at the top, she didn't back off at all. Again, we got a nice turn, jumped off. We were a little bit standoffish on the B element at the bottom, but there was no question about it, we were going, but she just, yeah, she was awesome. She was really good, and it refilled me and made me so relieved, because I was worried about her after last weekend, but obviously, as I say, I've spoken it all through, and now, yeah, my brain is in a completely different place, and that was awesome. Absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed riding that course. Lots of A, B's and C's, which actually you don't always get in cross country, but I felt like that was a proper good challenging cross country course, which was nice. And you get that proper true cross country buzz when you finish, because that is what I've got at the moment currently going through me. Yeah, absolutely buzzing, and I will be buzzing the whole way home. Still gutted about our show jumping, but we wanted to be positive today, and that's what we were, and that just meant that a couple of poles came down, but that's all fine. We are going to carry on with our training. I do feel like perhaps our training not completely went out the window, but we didn't put in much, just because I think I was so concerned about her being backy offy that actually I needed that forward momentum, so it just meant that we were off on a couple of strides, and a couple of poles unfortunately came down. We scored a 32.1, I believe, in our dressage. I don't know how that is in relation to the class. Yeah, don't know what that is in relation to that. I'd have to have a look, and obviously have a little look at the judges' comments, which we will go and get the score sheet in a second. She's just going to eat that. I've got her Ice 5 boots to put on her legs as well, so we'll do that, get the rest of the car loaded, and then yeah, head over there. I probably should eat something. Being early, funnily enough, couldn't stomach anything to eat before, which is again a little bit unlike me. I'm usually able to eat, but I think it's because I'm not usually on till a lot later in the day. But yeah. Anyways, had like a nice little break from halfway putting stuff away. Let's carry on with the rest of it. Can't say I've ever had this after eventing.
Can't say I've ever had this before. I didn't quite realise how big the tray was going to be. I thought it was going to be like half the size of that.
That's why when you asked for it, I was like, how big is that going to be? We could have probably shared that, but I wanted chocolate. So I've got a Knickerbocker Glory. Picked up our sheet. It was a mediocre test, if I'm honest. I still haven't looked at where we are in relation to other scores. But Addie is all happy, had everything that she possibly can. Mash, Ice 5 boots, nice wash off, another walk. And she has gone happily back onto the trailer, munching away on her haylage. I've picked up Meg's Rosex. She asked me if I could pick that up. I don't know where I'm going here. I'm going to climb through the fence. Bear with. Skills. And yeah, just went to get that, and then was like, let's get an ice cream. I mean, just before the ice cream, we just had a bit of drizzly rain. And then we were like, oh, do we really fancy ice cream? But I've got to say, it's very nice. Yeah, we will get on our merry way home. Got flake as well. That's not like your usual whippy ice cream, is it?
Bit thicker, yeah.
Bit thicker, yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I will most likely end this when we get home. It's now the following day, and now let the unpacking commence. And I just thought that I would then come here and end the vlog. Actually, the first thing I need to do is take them out so I can pop them back into the freezer, and they are all ready to go when I next need them. But yeah, what a good day. I am so relieved that she felt back to her normal self on that cross country. I've looked at the photos, I did buy a few last night, and her face looks happy. I mean, I wish my expression would match hers. Anyone else find that your face looks like in full concentration mode, almost a little bit terrified, but you're not. It's just, yeah, concentration mode, whereas Addie's is like ears pricked and like, I love this. I am feeling so much better. I feel, again, like I felt lighter on Saturday after my awesome call with Nicky, and I feel even lighter again. I just feel like we well and truly have put Daunts behind us. We had some good comments from the judge. It was actually quite, I did have a little look, a high scoring section, so we weren't far off the top. I mean, I don't like it when people go, oh, if we didn't have this, we would have been this, but I'm just going to say, if we didn't have the 2 poles, and I mean it is quite a difference having 2 poles, we would have been second. So our dressage was up there, and that is something I have noticed this year, that our dressage first phase is definitely improving. So that is a huge highlight. I always feel like we're up there now, whereas used to always be a bit like we had to claw back some points because our dressage wasn't always the best. So yeah, our dressage is definitely improving, and that is thanks to Alex and all his help in our lessons. Obviously then she's been up there as well, but I just feel like I'm starting to really know how to ride her in a dressage test. So yeah, loads and loads of positives to take from the day. She has now, Addie, got a well-deserved week off, actually probably over a week, because we've got Lauren coming out next week on Monday, so I mean, we'd probably be able to just take her for a little moochie hack on the Tuesday, as long as there isn't anything drastic that Lauren finds. I mean, I'm not feeling like there is. So we'll have Lauren for what I'm going to say is a routine checkup now, because we've decided to, because I'm asking more of Addie and doing quite a lot of traveling, we've decided throughout the summer months that Lauren will come out and see her once a month. Just, yeah, make sure that she is all happy in her body and feeling well. She had a good report last time, so fingers crossed. Actually, I'm going to take that home and wash that as well. I think we've got some nice sunshine over the next couple of days, so that is the time to get all the washing done. Making a pile here. Let me pop that in there. Anyway, I'm going to sit down. I'm aware that I've probably rambled quite a lot in this vlog, but yeah, I am just so happy. And it's just such a nice feeling to know that she was back. Well, actually, I was back as well on our A game. You just can't beat that cross-country buzz. And that was quite a challenging track. I think there was just so many combinations. I was actually talking to Susie this morning and saying, like, there was an AB, AB, ABC, ABC. There was loads of them. And she just absolutely ate it all up. Very much hoping that my Enquiries will come through in the next couple of days. So you will have seen that, because I am excited to watch that one back, very much so. And that will be one of the ones that whenever you need that little bit of confidence boost before going out to maybe a next event or something like that, that is the one to watch back, because a bit like my badminton one, I always find my badminton or sway cliff last year as well, like you have your particular videos, that's what I find, that you watch back again and it just instills that confidence to sort of remind you that you can do it. Anyways, like I say, I think I've probably rambled on enough. Hope you guys have enjoyed the vlog. Addie is having, as I said, a week off, and to be honest, we haven't got anything else entered. Need to have a little look at the calendar and what we want to put our aim towards. There is part of me, I'm feeling, don't know, maybe I need to do like a little update vlog, because I did have aspirations to want to do a 105 and a 1-star, but I'll be honest, with the way that my brain is at the minute, as I said at the very beginning of this video, I don't know whether that is perhaps the best thing for Addie and I at the minute. And I do think we need to try and nail and crack this show jumping. I feel like we're on the cuff of it, because we are starting to really get like the distances and things like that, but just not for every single fence of a show jumping round at the minute, like it was at the weekend, like it was yesterday. So I think maybe just home in and focus a bit more on that show jumping and make a little bit of a plan We do need to have, I know Bicton have done an absolute fab job on the ground, but we do need to have quite a bit of rain. It's funny, we've had rain here today, but not the whole rest of the country have. So just need to get a little bit more rain on the ground, hopefully soften things up. I mean, it is August, so it quite often is a bit like that. So I think we will have a quiet August period and then maybe get out for a final few events towards the end of the season. But yeah, if you want a little catch-up vlog of what I'm sort of thinking, do let me know in the comments down below. But otherwise, as I say, I hope you've enjoyed the vlog, and of course if you don't already, please do hit that all-important subscribe button. Your support means an awful lot. The Dauntsy vlog went live last night and I have read the comments that have been coming in, and I just, yeah, hugely appreciate your support and all your comments and encouragement, and yeah, I really do. It means the absolute world to me, so thank you very, very much. And until the next video, I will see you all very, very soon.